Welcome to the family meeting. Here we get an opportunity to come together with friends and relatives, though we be related by blood or friendship, but we share some heartfelt stories, talk about some of our challenges and our triumphs. But at the heart of this discussion is the one powerful but profound truth that we are all a part of the same human family. And with that said, I have the rare honor to be in the room with my brother from another mother, Shaq Mahmood. Did I pronounce it right, Shaq?
Mahmood, Mahmood, yeah, you did
How
right.
you doing,
Yeah,
Shaq?
yeah, I'm great.
I'm happy to hear that, sir. Now we have known each other for decades, I believe it's been, and we actually met at the Dunk Furniture Store,
Right,
working
back in
together.
2010.
So tell me a little bit about who you are and what you're doing now, Shaq.
Who I am is that's a loaded question. Yeah, I am still discovering myself.
Profile.
As we do that all of our lives. And what am I doing right now? I have a diverse background. Been in sales, been a business owner, trying to set up something else now, right in the middle of the project. So it's the um, just the guy from 10,000 miles away. Just dreamt one day that hey, I just want to get out of this country. I'm originally from Pakistan,
Mm,
and then how and I I never didn't know that. We didn't. My family was not that resourceful. But again, I mean, it just, it was kind of a dream at the point, and
mm,
then they just things just like the universe does. If you have a dream, then it just
mm,
goes to fetch that dream for you and make
mm,
it possible. I'm a huge believer in that.
mm,
So, and one day we just, put some stuff together. I talked to my father. I said, you know what? I want to go to Canada. I never knew where Canada was, but I
mm,
heard that Canada is a country, and it's right. It's that. I say, I didn't know much about it. It's the geography of Canada, even the location. But one of my friend, class fellow, when I was in a accounting program. He went to study in Canada, and I said, you know
mm,
what, I can do that too. So yeah, I mean, he was pretty open. Father said, okay, we'll do whatever we want to. I just don't have the money
mm,
to afford such. I said, you know what, all I need is just a ticket. I will, make my own way.
mm,
So we did that. And I applied. I was granted a visa, and I went to Canada. And
mm.
I
Interesting.
studied international business management there for about a year and a half, and then I decided that Canada wasn't big enough for me. I need to go to United States. So I took that journey too. So I'm a doer. I'm not a planner. So I
Mhm.
just pick up my stuff and I just start walking in a direction, and the things start happening.
Dude, I have to
So
admit,
yeah,
you,
big belief.
I've observed you in your element, and you are probably the most suave and persuasive sales representative I've ever seen, man. In fact, I've had the privilege of having a discussion with our former manager. Dan Bassett came to visit me here at Laraco, and he was telling me about you had packaged and sold one of your enterprises. I believe you were into Pilates at one point in time. You had an establishment.
Absolutely, yeah,
Tell me a little
absolutely.
bit about how did that happen, man?
So when I was at the dump, right, our plan was, and I met with Jody back in 2008, and we married. It was a different decision that anybody from my, background and community and all that, and would make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
I failed to mention the oldest of the my four siblings.
Mm,
So, and two more, we are three brothers and a sister back home. And once I stepped out of the country, my father thought that he had just made it and he
mm,
retired. And he gave me that family. He
mm,
said, you know what? These are your kids now, including myself. And
mm,
I said, okay. and I took the charge of that family, and I started
Interesting.
started supporting them, their, their needs, their education. That started running the household, and so that came. It's given when you're
Hmm.
in a community and family-based environment back home, the countries like subcontinent India and Pakistan and Bangladesh. So family structures are strong, but it's expected a lot from your older sibling,
Hmm.
especially if he's a boy. And I feel lucky that God put me in that position that I could
Hmm.
I was able to share my success with them.
Hmm.
And I think that was the big driver for me too, going, facing the challenges in this,
Hmm.
where I had no family members. I was just a stranger to this culture.
Hmm.
And anyways, so again, I'm a big believer that you just get up and go. That's all you do,
Hmm.
and
Tell me.
the things will start happening with you. But coming back to the franchising thing, so we worked like 10 years
Hmm.
at the dump, and my first son was born, and we wanted to give him the proper childhood, what they're supposed to be. The mom is there; she takes care of you
Hmm.
for first 5 years until the school age, and Jody did, and I worked, I supported. So then when Hassan went to school, we said, okay. I mean, I always wanted to do a some sort of a business, kind of a business. Which one? I
Hmm.
don't know. So I don't
Hmm.
know that. So we just got, okay. We'll say, all right, this franchise looks pretty good. It is a Pilates franchise. My wife told me one day. I said, oh, what is Pilates? And she said, the rich ladies, they do it. I said, all right. So that's why I don't know about it. So I said,
Okay.
okay, so franchise is pretty good and all that. I said, but we don't have enough money. It took you about maybe a couple $100,000. We had our savings and all, and
Mhm.
but it amounted to maybe 150. And I said, you know what? How we do the rest of it? Anyways, we took the leap of faith. We paid the franchise fee, whatever. And when we came to just in a hurdle, I can't believe that the owner of the franchise, he deposited like $100,000 in my account. So
Mm.
just not knowing anything, just show the balance so I could get the
Okay.
financing for the equipment.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, this is how much a big believer I am, and when it say that the humanity comes to and people come to help you, or universe comes to help you, things start happening for you. Because I am a manifestation of that.
Hmm.
If you look at a guy, I just believe in so. I mean, you saw me. I don't come with a plan. I just go and jump in, and then just
Make it up as you go along.
make it up as you go along, right? So I said, okay, let's take a jump in that. So we ran that franchise in McKinney. We opened it up first our endeavor. Once it started going, I quit Dump in 2017, I
Hmm.
believe, and that's we ran the one of the best location in the country.
Mm.
We were up against California, up against New York, and all those places, people with big pockets, all the fancy
Hmm.
education and all that. But the way we ran our studio was a membership-based studio, only
Hmm.
like 1,500 square feet, 10 people. Okay. 10 people at the to 11 people at one time in 1 hour they could exercise,
Hmm.
the ladies, but we had a huge membership base. People wanted to be there, and,
Mm.
and the only reason people wanted to be there, the way we treated our employees, they were human beings, our instructors. And to this date, I am not a certified Pilates instructor. I
Mm.
relied on professionals and
Hmm.
hired the best professional. And I said, let the professionals do their job before
Hmm.
I butcher it. And we just ran that as a business organization. So
Mm.
that was our first journey to the business ownership. Our employees were very happy. At one point, it's that small location. We had about 15 part-time employees,
Hmm.
uh, two full-time employees, and great members. And I will remember, I would just, people will just come to our studio and just, those ladies, they will break down.
Mm,
just because the energy was there. And they
mm-hmm,
would talk to us because, I said, why? I mean, why this place is so different? Then I can go to 2 miles down in Frisco studio. It's not the
mm-hmm.
same.
Right, right.
So these are the, so now, but I know big believers in that. So I said, you treat people right and the bottom
Mm-hmm,
line can take care of it. Anyways, we ran that for 5 years and we exited and we went through COVID-19. Uh,
mm-hmm,
that was the time when the people thought and the media that's played that the fitness places or the health places was the ground zero for
mm,
COVID. COVID spread,
interesting.
COVID spread. So they're demonized. If you
Wow,
remember that, they demonized gyms, they demonized and all that. So it was a challenging time. Our
interesting.
membership stuck by us still. So right after like a year or so, 2021, I believe, we exited very nicely. So
Mm-hmm,
to the, just really great exit on that small studio. One single studio was a wonderful,
mm-hmm,
financial endeavor for us. So
mm-hmm,
other than that, and then I looked at a few more other things, try to do some day trading and all that. I'm too impatient. I cannot be
mm-hmm,
cannot be messing with stocks. So that was, and then again, it was a self discovery because when you
mm-hmm,
just keep believe in something that in life that you are not right.
mm-hmm,
um, but one thing I will say, two things will tell you exactly who you are in life, and that's the if you want to know who exactly you are, just go into the sales,
mm-hmm,
and you will find out what kind of a person you are, and you go and do day trading,
mm,
stock market. It
mm,
will just it's a great feedback that you're gonna get without any fluff, without any, just giving you any, you will tell you
mm.
whether you are made for it or you are not. So, so it's a great self-discovery
Yeah,
process,
interesting.
interesting. So I was like, so market is a wonderful analyst for you. If you're confused about who you are in life,
Mm-hmm.
it will tell you exactly you are.
Well, let me ask you this, Jack. In terms of the challenges that you face, would COVID have been one of the greatest challenges, or what do you consider to be some of the greatest challenges that you've had to encounter in your experience, in your career, and in your life
When
perspective?
I left my country, and we come in a very sheltered lifestyle in a sense. Mom is there, mom is taking care of you. Your stuff is just, taken care. It's a strong family unit. And all of a sudden, you find 10,000 mile away and you don't know anyone.
I see.
You're just
Yeah.
wondering. I said, oh, I saw one. I landed on a Pearson airport at the Pearson airport back in 1999. And then when I got off the plane, I said, well, oops, where should I go now? so,
Wow.
so having $700 in my account, my pocket, and I knew two things. I cannot use a cab and
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stay in a hotel.
Mm.
So those are the two things. So
Wow.
because I had only $750, that's
Right.
that's it, and there was nothing was coming back home. I had to just figure it out.
Wow.
So there, at the Pearson Airport, there is a public telephone they used to have at that time in
Uh-huh.
Toronto. I picked up the phone and started making calls and stuff, and then I found a place, and I believe it was an afternoon. I found a place, and they said, okay, you can come and just spend a night over here for $20. I said, oh man, that's good. It beats that 150 in a hotel. That's okay. I
Yeah.
said, how do I get to you? He said, because he said, you know how to use the underground train system. I said, no, but I'll figure it out. He said, just come in and just get off on such and such station and all that.
Wow.
So I figured
Wow.
out the train system first, and
Hmm.
I don't even know how to drive at this moment. I never had a car back home, right? And I
Wow.
figured out the train system, so I ended up there. Because the reason why, because I had to come back to the airport again, because my luggage did not arrive,
Hmm.
upon my arrival. So the next day, anyways, I go back and I slept there because it was a late afternoon. And later on, when I stayed in Toronto, I would say that I found out that the place I went to I had just one duffel bag in me, and I went there. There's a people like a homeless type of guys there, and the bunk
Mm,
beds over there, really
mm,
dingy space. I one Chinese guys are running it. He said, give me $20, and that's your bed
mm.
right there, up there.
Interesting.
Right. So
Wow.
I go and dude, I just don't know what to eat, nothing, at point in, but I slept there at night. In the morning. Later on, when I became familiar with the city of Toronto, somebody told me you don't go to that place in a daylight. In a broad daylight, and you ended up over there. I said, yeah. Hey,
Wow.
I don't know. I did. He said, no, you came back with your duffel
You made
bag,
it. You
and
made
money in
it.
your pocket. So, anyways, so that was it. I just stayed there for 2 days, and then the college, I
Mm,
got this was Seneca College, got this, and we got into this. To answer your question about the biggest challenge, um, I've never encountered anything in my life that I would say I became desperate, or anything like that. That I will just say, okay, this is
mhm,
it. This is the biggest challenge of my life. Is
mhm,
it's been smooth sailing where I see from where I
mm.
see. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you
So
this.
yeah.
In terms of your greatest achievements or discoveries, triumphs, what would you consider to be some of the most uh, accomplished moments in your life experience that you attribute to greatness?
My biggest accomplishment is that to support my family back home.
Hmm.
So all my brothers and sisters, you know,
Hmm.
and supported them throughout.
Hmm.
Uh, my mom had cancer back like almost 6 years ago, 7 years ago,
Hmm.
aggressive cancer. I was in a position to just give her the best treatment.
Hmm.
I was there. Um the biggest accomplishment of my life, my mom, the last in August 22nd, I would say, the 2024. And when, God gave me a chance, I took my family. Everybody was there right before like 6 months. She got really, really ill.
Hmm.
And I was there, to
Hmm.
spend some time with her. And then God gave me an opportunity when she went to the hospital, and I was able to reach there to the hospital on time.
Mm. Mm.
So I stayed with her for
Interesting.
her last 2 days of her
Hmm.
life. So if I have to be the biggest achievement, yes, I would say the making that timely decision, because I came back from Pakistan just a month before, and my mom
Mm.
kept telling me, "Don't come back again, don't come back again."
Mm.
But
Mm.
at
Interesting.
that time, the decision I made, no, I gotta be with my mother.
Yeah.
So that's the one. And then I just flew there, and God gave me those 2 days with her,
Hmm.
even though she was kind of unconscious, but I know that she registered me. I believe
Mm.
that was my biggest accomplishment. Other than
Interesting.
that, everything is just,
Interesting.
everything,
Now, as we began this conversation, I mentioned to you that, our family has actually been meeting since the 60s in
Mhm.
some capacity or whatever. What do you, with your family, your siblings, and your relatives, is there anything that you guys do to support, maintain cohesiveness amongst yourself? What do you guys do as a family?
It's a sacrifice.
Hmm.
It's a sacrifice. It is, in order to keep the family unit together, a one person has to be really selfless. So what I see at one are parents, first of all, when they get married, right?
Hmm.
So I mean, they're very honest with their kids. Their kids are their lives. Most of them, moms are very, very dedicated, with their kids on those. Their selves, go in a background. And I come from a very humble background. So my mom, the way she raised 4 kids with the limited resources, my father may not be a perfect person, but that's what my mama told me. She was not perfect. He
Hmm.
was not perfect, right? So
Hmm.
I say, yeah, but he was very much dedicated to his family,
Hmm.
having a change, not chasing other women. Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe just financially could have done better. All of our fathers could,
Hmm.
but if you just step in their shoes at that time and all that, you think that
Right.
they have done their the best.
Right.
So the the kids are the focus. So they just do. That's why when you raise your kid, our moms, and that's a teaching of our prophet too. But if you modern psychology, that is that first 7 years is the kid, most of his personality is already being
Mm-hmm.
established. His
Mm-hmm.
subconscious has been programmed. He has learned everything. The rest, everything is the skills and all that. But his main personality has already been established 7, 8 years. You
Mm-hmm.
keep that kid to you right here, to your chest, as a father, as a mother. You keep them close. They don't want more anything but a physical, attachment.
Right.
Hug them,
Right.
kiss them, at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once you do it for 7 years, 5 years, 6 years of their age, you just leave them.
Mm-hmm.
You leave them, they'll go any place in the world. Those kids, they will never forget who they are. And they will
Mm-hmm.
never forget that bond you have created with them in,
Yeah.
and that those 6, 7 years. That's it. You miss that opportunity, you miss that window. You
Yeah.
probably will have a, kid that he will become distant, and
Right.
you will not be
Right.
that concerned. So that's the one thing that I had. My mom, I remember that. That's why the bond was so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Rest everything is just, and then it's just being selfless,
Mm-hmm.
that you cannot just look at it when you're just spending money. Your family is, you're giving back to them, you're supporting them, and if
Mm-hmm.
you're sharing your success with them, I tell you that, I mean, that will never ever think that it will reduce your money. It will always, the money will come back to you in a different forms and a
Mm-hmm.
different shapes.
Let me ask this last question, Shaq. Because of the fact that we have the technological ability to kind of archive our experiences now and be able to share this with generations yet unborn, if there was something that you would consider to be of great value that you could share to coming generations, what would that jewel of truth be?
Me is, uh man, that's just a loaded question. There's so many. I mean, upcoming generation, at the if you look at as a human being, and from the time of the cave, you know we are community being.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I would say your worth is what is your family's worth, right? You are, because this is our inherent need
Mm-hmm.
that you have. We have to be attached to a clan, right? To have to
Mm-hmm.
attached to a tribe. I would say that
Mm-hmm.
for the better
Mm-hmm.
word. So just your tribe is everything. Your family is going to give you a support that you will need in this life to excel. So
Mm-hmm.
that support is not a financial support, is that it makes you a deeper personality. So
Mm-hmm.
when you look at the challenges in the come, you just don't give up on those things,
Right.
because there are some other forces making you, and that comes in from a deep spiritual, those values and principles
Mm-hmm.
on that too. So always, just always just take care of the family. And yes, at the time it's going to be a lot of pain. Yes, it's time to be a lot of irritations and all that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but the depth is going to bring you in your personality. You will rest, everything will become a piece of cake for you.
Dude, I
That's
want
my
you to
name.
know.
Yeah,
I
that's
want you to know
my.
how grateful I am for you sharing that information with us, man, because
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is the cornerstone of why we having these conversations because of
yeah.
family, right?
Absolutely,
Now,
absolutely.
may I ask you this? How can somebody get in touch with you if somebody wanted to reach out to you? Are you on social media? Or do you have any connectivity anywhere? How can people get in touch with you?
So mostly, I mean, I just, yeah, no, social media. I mean, I've been in a public stuff, but I am not very comfortable posting on social media. I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't post a lot. I don't have any other
Mhm.
accounts. Maybe LinkedIn, which is almost like inactive. But yeah,
Mhm.
man, phone is. I mean, I love to talk. I love to, yeah. I give my phone number. I don't care. But it's the as a human being and a behavior, it's my favorite topic. I mean, it's that is why we do what we do, right,
Mhm.
in life,
Yeah.
and certain things that and that is, and how can we improve? That's the
Yes.
as a
Yes.
manifestation, self-improvement, positive thinking, and all that. I'm a great
Hmm.
student because, as I said, if you want to know and life experiences and all that, just become a salesperson, sales
Yeah.
professional, because
That'll
it's
put,
a it's
that'll
a
put you through it.
it puts you through. It's a black and white world, man. It's not the management, right? The
Uh-huh.
management is going to tell you excuses. Oh, today was a cowboy game. That's why we didn't do business. Today was the weather wasn't that great. The economy is going bad. But the what you and I did is we brought in the dough. We didn't bring the dough,
You're
right?
right.
So
You're right.
that was the difference between
Yeah.
that. If we
Yeah.
made it or didn't make it, it's not,
That's it.
so
That's it.
so yeah, so those were it's just a great, it's a great self-awareness journey, and uh to become that. But again, the way we are is just I would say, you just treat people right, and
Hmm.
you try to help them, and as the Zig Ziglar would say, you'll get whatever you want if you help people. I mean, not that we are a
You help
philanthropist or
enough
anything.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. But as a policy that, even if we
Mhm.
cannot benefit somebody, just don't harm them. That's all.
There you go.
That's the easiest policy. That's the easiest thing anybody can do it. Just, let's say, okay, you cannot benefit for someone. Even a smile is a benefit for them, right?
Yeah.
You can make
You're right.
somebody's day, man.
Yeah.
Just to
You're right.
just treat them, just to compliment them, right, and all that. You just make their day. They're not asking for any money or anything like that.
Hmm.
That's the
Dude,
that's my
I
belief.
want you to know how grateful I am for you taking this time out to share with me and my family, my brother from another mother, Shaq.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
it for the family meet.
I know, and yes, and another thing is, I know that and I respect you a lot too. I've seen you, I try to learn from you. I mean, you are just a one focused person, very,
Mhm.
very, and always when I would talk to Dan, I I would just, you were my subject. I say, you know what, I wish I knew how Robert Nelson can put his mind, you know, yeah, to something and be dedicated to it. But just a wonderful person to know, my brother. I mean,
Dude,
just you're always in my references. You're always in my thoughts, and what you're doing for your family is it's very commendable.
and vice versa, my friend.
I
All right.
appreciate it. Thank you.
That's it. All right. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to sign out.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Bob. Be in touch, okay? Stay
I
in
will
touch.
do, sir.